It wasn't just another game. It was a collision of past and present, of loyalty and change, of love and loss. On the evening of April 9, 2025, the lights burned a little brighter at the American Airlines Center. The air was thick, not with playoff pressure, but with memories. The crowd had gathered early, buzzing with a strange mix of anticipation and heartbreak. They weren't just here to see their Mavericks fight for a playoff push. They were here for one man, Luka Doncic. The prodigy they watched blossom into a superstar. The player who was Dallas. But tonight, Luka returned as a Laker. A tribute wrapped in tears. As the lights dimmed and the spotlight hit center court, a tribute video rolled on the Jumbotron. It was masterfully done, not flashy, not loud. Just real. Clips of 19-year-old Luka grinning after his first triple-double. Him sinking that deep buzzer beater in the bubble. Crying when they lost in the finals last year. Hugging Dirk on his retirement night. Every cheer echoed with ache. And Luka? Sitting on the bench, hands folded, head bowed. He didn't try to hide the tears. He let them fall. I came here at 18, he would later say. They made me feel like home. First quarter, the storm begins. The game tipped off to thunderous applause, but the energy quickly turned electric. Luka was possessed. Within minutes, he hit a step-back three over his replacement, Kyrie Irving, and shook his head as if even he couldn't believe he was doing this in purple and gold. Doncic scored 17 points in the first quarter alone, carving through defenders with ruthless footwork, tossing dimes to LeBron, and pulling up from distances that defied logic. The Mavericks looked stunned, but they weren't folding. Najee Marshall and Derek Lively too stepped up with timely threes, and Anthony Davis had his hands full under the rim with Dwight Powell, who played like a man with something to prove. The first quarter ended 30-27, Lakers up, but Dallas still in it. Second quarter, emotions flare. As the game heated, so did the emotions. Doncic and Jason Kidd exchanged a tense stare after Luka hit his third straight shot over Dallas defense. Was it just the heat of competition? Or something deeper? Was there bitterness? A timeout by Dallas saw Luka pacing alone, visibly fired up. Meanwhile, LeBron James, the ever-composed veteran, whispered something to him. A mentor, a teammate, but perhaps also the man Luka never had in Dallas. A co-equal leader. By halftime, Doncic had already scored 31 points. The Lakers led 58-49, but the energy in the arena was strange. The home fans were torn. They cheered for their team, yes, but also every time Luka hit a shot, there was a gasp, and sometimes even applause. Third quarter, the fight bet. The Mavericks came out of halftime with fire. Defense tightened, and the Lakers started to show cracks. Kyrie Irving, quiet in the first half, began to take over, slicing into the paint and hitting tough floaters. The crowd roared with each Mavericks run. Midway through the third, Dallas tied it up at 72. The arena shook. It felt like 2011 all over again. A team playing above itself, rising with belief. Doncic looked around the court. These were his friends, his old teammates, his old coach, the fans who once called him their future. And yet, now they were his opponents. The Lakers called timeout, and Luka walked to the bench not with anger, but something else in his eyes. Respect? Regret? Fourth quarter, the legacy duel. The game was a chess match now. LeBron, calm and commanding, began to orchestrate like a maestro. AD hit a big-time three, then followed with a block that shifted momentum. Then it happened. With the game tied at 87, Doncic took over. In a span of 2 minutes, he nailed a one-legged fadeaway over P.J. Washington, stole a lazy pass from Kyrie and slammed it on the break, then hit a step-back three from 29 feet out, the kind he used to hit in this very arena as a Mav. The crowd fell into silence. Then slowly, a ripple of applause, not for the Lakers, but for Luka Doncic, the magician. The Lakers closed the game with a 25-10 run, fueled by LeBron's clutch passing, Davis's rim protection, and Doncic's refusal to let Dallas get back in it. Final score, Lakers 112, Mavericks 97. Post-game, the emotional aftermath. Luka didn't celebrate wildly. He walked straight to the Mavs bench. Hugs all around. From Doncic to Kyrie. From Dončić to Kidd. Even to Mark Cuban, sitting courtside, clapping, perhaps with a tinge of regret. In the post-game presser, Luka was raw. It was hard. Harder than I thought. I still love this city. I still have friends here. But I play for the Lakers now, and I give them everything I have too. LeBron, ever the statesman, added. Luka's one of one. We're lucky to have him. And Dallas? They should be proud. They raised a legend. The bigger picture. The Lakers clinched a playoff berth. Third in the West. Riding Luka's brilliance, balanced by LeBron's experience and AD's defensive anchoring. This team is dangerous. The Mavericks, now 10th in the West. Fighting for their life in the play-in. A team haunted by what was, and what walked away. This wasn't just a basketball game. It was a homecoming. A heartbreak. A reckoning. April 9, 2025, will be remembered, not for a scoreline, but for a night when one of the NBA's brightest stars came home, and shined brighter than ever.